trend vocabulary. Many candidates understand the chart perfectly, but their writing sounds repetitive or vague because they describe every change in the same way. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how examiners actually read trend vocabulary and how small word choices actually limit Task 1 scores. Let's go. The core problem is that most candidates understand the chart clearly. They select correct data and they finish on time. Yet, the writing still sounds flat, repetitive, and examiner unfriendly. The root cause is very narrow trend vocabulary, and the same verbs are repeated, like increase, decrease. From an examiner's perspective, trend vocabulary is a good signal of control, and it shows accuracy and interpretation, not creativity. The key misconception here is advanced words equal higher band. The reality here is correct, precise words equal higher band. The examiner's logic is they would prefer a correct, simple word over a wrong, strong word. Precision always will beat variety. So let's go into some of the main mistakes. Mistake number 1 is using one verb for all changes. So a common band 6 habit is using increased and decreased for everything. The problem is it sounds basic and it hides differences in movement. You have to think of the examiner's expectation here. There are different words for fast and slow. There are different words for gentle versus sharp. The insight that you should remember here is that same direction doesn't mean same trend strength. Mistake 2 is ignoring speed and intensity. Candidates might describe slow rise, sharp jump, gradual recovery using identical language. The examiner will read this as a weak interpretation. The better approach is to match verb strength to the data. For example, rose versus surged, fell versus plunged. Mistake 3 is misusing strong trend verbs. A common error is using dramatic verbs for small changes. The examiner's reaction will be inaccuracy, therefore lexical penalty. So here's an important reminder. Surge, plunge, clear, sudden change. Use them sparingly and only when justified. The safer strategy is using neutral verbs and accurate modifiers. Mistake number 4 is using poor language for stability. Flat or stable periods are often overlooked. So a common band 6 error is forcing change language, whereas the examiner's expectation is an accurate description of no movement. Effective phrases include remain stable, stay constant. So the key idea is no change is still information. Mistake number 5 is misusing fluctuate. This is commonly misused, and the true meaning is repeated rises and falls. An incorrect use is a single rise or fall. So the examiner's interpretation will be vocabulary knowledge without control. The better option would be to describe the movement directly if there is limited variation. Mistake number 6 is overusing dramatic adverbs. Again, a very common band 6 habit, dramatic or significant adverbs for very small change. The problem here is that it's an exaggeration. It could be a mismatch with the data. As I've said, the examiner's preference is calm, accurate modifiers. Some effective adverbs could be gradually, steadily, slightly. The core rule to remember here is adverbs should earn their place. Mistake number 7 is grammar errors with trend vocabulary. Some of the common issues here are noun and verb confusion and sentence structure errors. For example, there was an increased or the figure was increased. So the impact for the examiner is that it affects lexical resource and grammar. The key reminder here is that verb trends and noun trends need different structures. Mistake number 8 is repetition with paragraphs. Candidates often repeat the same verb, the same phrase. The result is a limited range impression. The examiner's expectation is natural variation. So a simple fix here could be a small rotation of safe words. There's not really a need for memorized word lists. So let's go through a couple of examples here. A band 5 or band 6 example here. Sales increased from 2000 to 2010. They increased again in the following years, before increasing slightly at the end of the period. Now, a band 7 plus example. Sales rose gradually between 2000 and 2010, before climbing more sharply in the following years, and then leveling off towards the end of the period. Why does the band 7 plus version score higher here? Verb strength matches the data. Clear sense of speed and pattern. No unnecessary complexity. The examiner can visualize the trend. Pause for a moment and think about your last task 1 answer. Did you describe different types of change using the same vocabulary? If you did, this alone could be limiting your score, even if your grammar was accurate. So to conclude, trend vocabulary equals a strong examiner signal. Higher bands will always show precision, control, data awareness. It's not about memorizing long lists or sounding academic. It's about matching language to data and using simple words well. So if you remember nothing else, please remember accuracy always beats impression. If you want to practice further, I've linked the article below, the full article, as well as some other related ones that would be very helpful. They are guides on sentence structure, comparison language, and examiner marking. Those lessons will show you how those vocabulary choices work in real task 1 answers. Thank you. See you in the next one.